So at work the other day, I was chilling, just looking around on YouTube while I was like white noise music. A lot of times I might go back and look at an old Clemson game, somebody they played that bring back memories to me. So I came across an interesting game between Auburn, who at the time was #1, and Miami, who was number 10, in 1984. The reason why that game is interesting, it was a kickoff classic. Jimmy Jackson first game. Auburn had Bo Jackson at the time. They ran the wishbone with Bo. If you go back and look at the year before, Miami wins the national championship. They was 11-1. Auburn finished 11-1. Miami finished 11-1. Texas finished 11-1. Nebraska finished 11-1. Nebraska decides to go for 2. If they would have kicked the field goal, they would have finished like 11-0-1. Probably would won the national championship because earlier that day, Georgia beat Texas, who was number 2, 9-7 in the Cotton Bowl. But Miami beats Nebraska, so they win the championship themselves. Auburn, I forgot who. Auburn beat Michigan in the Sugar Bowl that year out of the Big Ten. I don't know why they played in the Sugar Bowl that year. Why Michigan played in the Sugar Bowl, but Auburn beats them. I can't remember the score of the game, but Auburn wins that game. So Texas, like I said, loses 9-7. Earlier that year, it was Auburn's second game, and it was Texas' first game of the year down in Jordan Hare. Texas beats Auburn 20-7. But what's interesting, Auburn's argument would be they beat Florida, who beat Miami, and earlier in that year, and they beat Georgia, who beat Texas. But then, Texas will reply, well, we beat y'all earlier in that year. So I don't know who should have won the national championship that year. Should it have been Miami or should it have been Auburn? It's still Texas lost a bowl game to Georgia by 2 points. Georgia still had an argument to be. Texas could have said we should be #1, but we beat Auburn. So there's always that back and forth. I just wonder who should have won the national championship in 1983. Did the polls get it right by giving it to Miami? Miami was good that year too, but like I said, if we go back to earlier year, they did lose to Florida, who Auburn beat. And I think sometimes the Auburn people still claim that that's their national championship in 1983. This depends on who you ask. But I watched part of the game between Miami and Auburn in 1984. Miami wins the game. Alonzo Highsmith goes off. He had like 150 yards or something like that. He had better yards than Bo that game. Bernie Kosar, Benny Tersaverde was in that game. Jerome Bound, defensive tackle. Very good game, man. Like I said, Jimmy Johnson first game. But all right, I ain't going to talk you to death, y'all to death tonight. Have a good night. I asked Mark Rogers who should have won the game, who should have won the national championship that year. Let's see what he says.